Hey everybody, it's Doom here from Dungeons and New Biscuits, and we're on part 2 of the Sunken Temple Scatter. And I have painted it black and with Mod Podge and black paint, and then I went back over it with black paint again because it was taking forever to dry. So anyways, to get started, we're going to get some of my favorite color in the entire world, pavement. We're going to get a giant makeup brush from the Dollar Tree. That's right, this giant brush costs no more than the little ones. And we're not doing a perfect job, but when do I ever? And that's going to create some variation for undertone, but we're going to do this twice. We're going to do it once with that, and then we're going to mix some blue gray in with that with a little bit of lighter gray. We're going to do it again. There's some blue gray and a mid-tone lighter gray. All right. We're going to air gun these real quick. Then we're going to hit them all again with that blue gray and that mid-tone gray. Now I'm focusing less on the ground and more on the buildings and structures that are sticking up. Okay, and we're not going to need this big brush too much more after this. Let's get another piece of cardboard and a really light gray. This is called granite gray. I'm going to hit these with the air gun. Then we're going to get rid of that brush. Now let's give everything a really good drying off. And I'm going to get this really light gray. Actually, I'm going to get an elephant gray for this. Elephant gray, where are you? There you are. There you are, old friend. And I'm going to downgrade to a smaller brush. Or maybe it's an upgrade. I don't know. But it's a big fluffy brush too. All right. Let's set this off to the side. We might be done with this for a little bit. Let's get a dark blue. And I've been using the same award dark blue for the award blue for all my stuff here, so I don't want it to really change from that theme too much. So I'm just going to get a crappy brush that I can get some paint on this stuff with, and I'm going to hit the bases up. And if you get a little bit on the sides of this, don't worry about it. That should work out to your advantage. I need a smaller brush to get down in here. Just occurred to me, we got to paint around the edges. There was a rock here that must have fallen off or something. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, it's gone. It's somewhere here in the shop, I'm sure. It probably didn't want to leave the shop. It knew that if it got on this craft, it was going upstairs to the D&D room. As much as I love my D&D room, I like my shop too. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say that it decided it wanted to live down here. And it made a run for it. You don't need a special fancy area to be your shop. For years, all I had was a piece of a corner of a dining room, a little tiny table that I had to pick up and put away when I wasn't using it. And then I had a part of my garage, this tiny little corner of my garage. I couldn't really do anything big and leave it going because it was next to where we did our laundry. So you don't have to have anything super or special to have a nice crafting area. What you really need is the desire to build shit. And the rest of it's just kind of eh. Now for this last little part, I'm going to grab that cardboard we were using. Or a piece of cardboard I was using at some point. And while this is still kind of damp, I'm going to get a little bit of this green here. And I'm going to get a dumpy brush that I don't like for some of my paint water. I'm going to spread that around a little bit on each one of these. And the reason I'm doing that is because swamps in my world, in my opinion, are not like a perfect sheen of calm blue. They're murky with browns and greens. And even though I haven't really done much with browns with this stuff, you totally could. I just haven't. Okay. Now we want to make our ruins kind of interesting. And to do that, we're going to use that same green. We're going to work up on some of this crap. All right. When you feel like you've sufficiently done that, get a green color like a marsh green or a palm green. I'm looking for my marsh. I found palm. And we're going to do something very similar. Well, I got my wet. I got my paint. Okay. And I don't want to go overboard with this one. I just want to create some variation in some spots that I didn't previously cover. Just to show that different crap has grown on here over the years. And to give it a little more pizzazz, because I noticed some of my tabletop stuff I've been doing here in the swamp is looking a little dismal and cruddy. And you want it to be dismal and cruddy because it is the mire of misery. But you don't want it to be, I don't know, unbearably gross. Now I'm going to get a medium brown color. Maybe a dark brown. I'm going to use dark brown. Burnt umber. Some water. And guess what? I'm going to get in here and do some more. Need more water. That's way too thick. You want it to be like milky, like skim milk with this brown. Also with this brown, I might recommend that you get a piece of cloth or something to dab it off. I'm just using an old t-shirt. Was in no condition to donate. Okay. Where's that t-shirt sleeve I had? Whoa. Hold on, I'm going to cut off another piece of this shirt that I was using earlier. Because some of this brown is just too much brown. And I don't want it to be everywhere so obnoxiously. Okay. Now, let's get these with the hot air gun, but let's not do it on high. Let's do it on low. All right, it doesn't have to be 100% dry for this next step, but let's get some color on here. So we're going to start with this orange crap, this orange Spanish moss, and we're just going to find a piece of that we can use. I'm going to have to buy another pack of this. I don't remember where I bought this. Probably Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something like that. But what we want to do is we want to find some spots where we can get a little bit on there. We want to shove our fingers on there, push it down in, let it cool, and then drag it off. And that'll naturally expand over time and stretch back to how some kind of semblance of a shape that it should be. And let's get another piece here. Pull a little bit of that off. shove that down in there. Really good. Okay. And this red is a pretty bold color. I like it. It sticks out. It creates a really good contrast on the base. You just have to be careful where you put it so you don't overdo it. That's all. Then I have a couple different greens. I have like a darker, richer one and like a brighter, deader one. Like a lighter, deader one, I should say. I'm going to use some of this lighter, deader one. And what I'm going to do is just rip some of that loose. Now, when you're looking at something like this, if say they're swimming in the swamp or walking in the swamp or using a boat, this is the kind of stuff that's going to create a problem. You see it, they think they're going around it, and then they realize there's a bunch more of it right under the surface, okay? And it's important that you do that kind of stuff, because in the real world, it's just not like there's one little piece of rock, stick it up, and you're safe. No, it's just like reefs or anything else. You're going to have problems. So you gotta remember that kind of stuff when you're running your games. And if they try to argue, well, tell them to shove off. Oh, mama, I've been farting a bunch, eating hot lunch. Okay. And I don't think I need my third color of green. I think we added enough color there that we can make it look nice. I would like to do one more thing real quick. Let's grab my piece of cardboard and some clear glue. And let's get a little bit of a little bit of flock. Got a big old piece of spider web fighting me here, and I'm gonna win. All right. So clear glue. Ba-da-da-da-da. I'm glubbing it. Clear glue. I usually use a toothpick. I'll be, for this trick, using a cheap brush. And selecting some areas that I would like to have some beautiful green flock. And anywhere else it gets on the model, I just don't care. I'm not going to throw a fit. Usually you want everything to be dry before you use your flock. And in this case, I'm just not too worried about it. Okay? I think having a little bit on top of this wall would be nice. And maybe a little bit on this rock right here. You don't want to go too far with it, but you want it to be in such a way that it looks nice. I have changed my mind. There's one more spot I want some. So we get some of that glue. Just do a little bit by the front door here, because I think that'll look good. Okay. Now, after you clear coat these, if you need to, come back with some Mod Podge and water and shine these up a little bit. I overdid it yesterday on the pieces of traversable terrain that I did. But okay, so here's some Sunken swamp ruins for you. to help make your game a little more interesting. Something like this could be super useful because you never know when you want to have an impromptu, we have to go half underwater to go in a temple kind of deal. If you had to, you could also use this for underwater terrain in a pinch. But that wasn't what I was trying to accomplish there. I just wanted this to be steps going down into, you know, a dungeon. And I wish I had come out the front a little bit with this and slid all this forward a little bit, but it's too late now. And you see that's kind of, you know, as you're doing, oh, let me, you know what, real quick. I'm just going to use this lime green here and a small brush. And some of these spots here, this is a new thing I'm doing. Wherever I have any glue that's blatant and not supposed to be like the way it is, I'm just going to bust myself out. So whenever you see just obnoxious bright green on my swamp stuff, well, that's because I did a glue bad. I won't get them all, obviously, but I'm going to make some kind of an effort to do this. It's going to help me kind of remember that you can't just leave glue everywhere when you want to. And some people will make comments about it. Other mistakes, too, I guess, if you wanted. Right now, I'm just kind of worried about hot glue, where it's sticking out obnoxiously. Has to be obnoxiously. It can't be just where it looks like it's part of the build. All right. So let's look at them real quick. Here's like the top of the corners of a sunken, ruined building. And here is like maybe near, you found like the entrance to some kind of ruins or town or something that's been sunken ruins. And then here's the entrance to like a sunken temple or something. Or it could just be a building that's kind of sinking into the swamp. It's really up to you. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon. And very soon here, I think we're going to end our series in the swamp by doing the Swamp Witch. And that should be relatively fun or interesting because there's some stuff that has to be built along with her as part of the fight, like her guardians and stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to do those as a... Pardon me. I don't know if I'm going to do those as a separate video or part of that video. This is an O'Dooms. Yeah. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment and all that happy crappy. That makes the algorithm believe we're worth watching. Go to the website, buy some miniatures if you can. If you can't, we understand completely. There's no judgment. Seriously, we've all been there. Come to the Discord, hang out with us. The Discord's a chill place. Show us what you're working on. See what we're working on. Have some talks. Give your opinions on the channel. Get to know us a little bit. Talk to me about anything you want to talk to about crafting and stuff. I love it. If you're making weapons and stuff, or if you're crocheting, or if you're needle pointing, or felting, or drawing, or painting, or sketching, or wood carving, whatever you're doing, I'm interested in it. I just love art and craft and stuff in general. Even though I'm an enormous role-playing nerd, all the other stuff is amazing. I'm always impressed with the cool shit people do. Come join us, hang out with us, and show me what you're up to. Please. I really, seriously. And, you know, if I like you, we'll even pick on you a little bit. If we don't like you, maybe we won't. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.